Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Are you guys ready? I'm just... The flip thing is I'm not actually ready. I was a little bit late. That's my bad. We'll be starting in just a moment, so I hope you guys are excited. It's going to be great. It was a very interesting turn, actually. The last one was pretty insane. Not for so much what happened, really, but just for what we thought might have happened, and the suggestions that we've seen. It's been good, though. The last turn was really important, though, as it has allowed us to really get a lot of redevelopment underway. So that's been really great. Very happy about that. How you doing, Zyman Nimbenair? Good to have you, my friend. It's good to turn the screen off over there. Well, turn that off over there. Get things started. How's the music volume? Is it loud enough? Yeah, that should be okay. There we go. We'll get started here, then. My body is ready. Okay. Let's see. The Stack of Destiny. I don't hear the music. Huh. I'll turn it up ever so slightly, then. Hey, Shalav. Good to have you, my friend. Okay. I'll just turn it up slightly there. And then what I'll do is I'll, like, go ahead and just lower it like that. So there we go. Should be a little bit louder, but not obnoxious. So there we go. We're going to get started here in just a moment. The violin is music. How you doing there, Manosphere? Good to have you, my friend. Any plans for the stream? This stream and what you intend to review? Well, I did spend a little bit of time actually off camera as well, just going through and sorting out different things, getting like different ships moving, picking up different engineers. A lot of it is just essentially going to be a case of letting things actually happen and take their course. I do toy the idea of potentially bringing the heavy cruisers away from Wenkao. I think maybe another... Oh, that's good to see. Maybe another bombardment or two over there. And then I'd like to get them moving out to work and make a greater bit of use of them. I think Wenkao's not too not too far away from actually falling there. How you doing there, Finish Jaeger? Now, for some reason... still not seeing chat show up on the stream. I do not know why. An AM. That's intriguing. I do think we're in deep waters over here. Right, we do see a submarine over here as well. Ideally, we can avoid that. Right, taking near misses. Yeah, this is not what we'd like. We are likely to take some damage here. Ooh, okay, yeah. That's a bit of significant damage. Okay, so RO60 is not looking good there. Well, I suppose that's all fair. We did take out one of his submarines last turn, didn't we? Not ideal. Ideally, she makes it out. I'd like to take her then. I was about to say, yeah. Oh, oof. Okay, that's yeah, that is as AT there says, return to base. I suppose it's one of those, isn't it? Does it need to be on the screen? But it's nice to see. Yeah, heavy damage there. She may go down, but she will have to return to base. He did very well there. Yeah. Not ideal. Oh, thank God for that. Thank God. Thank God for the Mark 14. Oh, thank God, because that was a tanker as well. I don't like that tips him off, but that was... Oh, thank God for that. Yeah. I think we'll have to actually disband her into the port to try and avoid that. Though, I'd have to take... No, I don't imagine she'll probably be safe there anyhow due to the size of the port. I think it's essentially going to be a case of getting them out. I did dispatch 3 destroyers to Tulagi, I think. Can't recall, actually. But we'll see. We'll see shortly. Now, we do have some disturbing occurrences off the coast of Australia. Now, as to whether we'll actually see something from that this turn, I would hope so. It would be nice to actually have some accurate information from which to work, but we'll see. Yeah, best help of the IGN, the Mark 14. Oh dear. It is a dangerous position, though. Okay, merging out there. I-7, launch an attack there. So that was the Destroy Stuart. Now that shall be in the deep waters. Use a more up-to-date sub. She did already have some damage, so I'm not liking the actual activity over here. We do see some actual shipping over here at Port Moresby. Now, depending on what we see down here, because it looks like he's actually committed warships to the area, it may actually be a reasonable thing to consider bringing the MKB down here, perhaps. But we'll see. If I could build Gazmata up, that would be fantastic. Get Gazmata built up to such a point that we can actually make use. Though in fairness, I may just allow him to do this. Build Gazmata up to a point at which we can actually attack, and that's not too bad then. So we do come out of that with no damage there, that's brilliant. Well, hard to say really. We've been doing a lot of reorganization, things have been moving significantly faster. Did I see some subs near Wenkal? Okay, so we do have our G4s over here. Now we should ideally see our strike over here, Allied AM. We do see Allied ships over here. There's a lot of Allied shipping over there. We were originally... we did detect what was potentially a cruiser or battleship force by Midway Island. We did send the combined fleet to go ahead and try and intercept that. Unfortunately, it seems like you got cold feet. Ambon SS. Yeah, plenty of submarine. Wow, yeah. I think we got the BBs out at the right time because that's a lot of submarines there. Okay. Now we are sending a PB out into the Indian Ocean, essentially just to try and see what we can find. How long till the forces arrive? They have arrived at Port Moresby. They arrived last turn, actually. And it looks like he's responded to that. Now we will have a bombardment attack at Port Moresby. Trying to feel out their defences there. But yeah, I'm sure as hell we saw some submarines by Wenkal. I might have been seeing someone else, but I feel like I saw that. So we continue to hit Singapore. Now, we will be going for a deliberate attack tomorrow. It's not going to succeed. That's not bad at all. Yep, it's not likely to succeed. Well, it's not going to succeed, but the entire point is, yes, we will take a lot of damage, but we'll cause damage and we'll wait for the 38th Division to arrive. Gives that oomph there to finish the job. So we're going to try to finish Singapore within a very tight time frame, really. Free up the forces now to move elsewhere. How you doing there, Iceycrome? Good to have you, my friend. My favourite wee beaver. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking about by withdrawing the heavy cruisers from Wenkal. We do lose a 48 there. Yeah, they can be doing other things, can't they? Right, we are hitting this unit over here. He's still moving here. I'm hoping... Now they're moving. I'm hoping that they're not going to arrive here. I don't think they will, but I hope not. I don't think we will, actually. I don't think they'll cross this turn, but we'll see. I don't think they can... so they were at 30, they'd have to move 16. I mean, it's going to be a good test just to see how far they actually march in combat mode on major roads. That's something that we're a little bit unsure about sometimes, as it can be affected by disruption and fatigue. Fairly quiet turn. Something does go down. Not ours, as far as I can see. Right, we are seeing an AP there. We do actually hit Nikita. We're seeing apparently a heavy cruiser to the south as well. If that report's even somewhat correct. Right, we are hitting these submarines over there. Those Guy 48's going to have a field day. No. But they will do shortly. Okay, so we do have our first attack against Surabaya. So we have 33 Kai 43 1C Oscars going in here with 4 nails. Nothing major, but that's good. We do find a cap over here. We do get an idea of what is actually running as cap, which is good to see there. I'd say for bombarding and intercepting your forces. Well, that's a good thing there. But we do actually have the means to... I mean, if there's no actual carrier support, we can deal with that. Okay. Now, altitude-wise, I can't recall what altitude we were flying at. We were flying very low, though. Right, they are diving on us, but I'm not too surprised about that. We do have a lot of numbers here. Ideally, they'll make themselves felt. We should have a zero sweep coming in as well. What I'm going to do here is speed this up, see how we get on. Yeah, so we do take some losses to the nails, which is why I tend to run them low. So not ideal. Yeah, so it looks like the nails are shot down. Not great. Would have been much better, obviously, had the zeros gone in. So ideally they will go in there, sweep. But at least we have an idea of what is, well, what is really got for us. Not an ideal result. Well, this is what can happen. Right, so we should have been, well, we will be reinforced by a brigade over here. Right, Hudson's attacking. He's really going in for this. He's, yeah, what a ways, yeah. Interesting direction. It looks like they're coming from down this way. They'll be coming from Cook Down. Okay, a few casualties caused there. Well, it seems like he's reacting to that quite heavily, but that's interesting to see the sheer amount of ships down there. Now, we've not seen this amount of activity from THG before for a long time, so this is intriguing. Actually, no, I suppose I do tell a lie. We did see a lot of activity around Midway, didn't we? We've seen things around by Perth. I don't know if we picked up on anything else on that yet. But I think I may bring the MKV potentially south, and it seems there are ships over there. I do want to make sure that we are not threatened, but we'll see. So we are going to be landing at Kuching. How you doing, man, Richard? Yeah, indeed. Interesting times. Right, so we do see ships there near Jolo. I am actually dispatching a fast transport mission, a fast transport service task force to actually go ahead and take Jolo. So we'll be taking Jolo shortly, establish a position there. I'm going to then look towards actually shutting down this area. So bombarding here. Yeah, we'll come out of that pretty well. Shanghai Maru takes a shell there, but nothing too serious. Most are disabled. We'll lose more on the actual landings. Yeah, not too far off. Nothing bad there. I'm hoping that we actually see more. Right, okay. Wow. Relatively uneventful in the air phase then. So, right, okay, there's just a single core here. That single core is going to get messed up. He's marching on us over here. I don't know if that unit crossed there. Do you want to launch torps at land? What does that even mean? Okay, so yeah, we are going to destroy this core. Now, essentially is a race against time. We'll have a shock attack over here. I'm hoping that's going to be successful. I'm a little bit worried that we're not seeing these troops over here. Yeah, we'll definitely take that. Yeah, 8. Xiaoyang is ours. I will be intrigued to see how much supplies here. Right, so he's 4. Oh, okay. I mean, that's not ideal, but that's not bad. He's retreated south. So if we can catch these forces, ideally they retreat south towards Kuei-Lin. That's good. Yeah, okay, so 16 casualties for 5,256. So we more or less annihilated that unit. 271 destroyed, 127. I mean, this is something to behold, really. Not ideal with that, but that unit is essentially destroyed. I'm quite surprised it didn't surrender. But yes, the chains will continue. His forces will be well, he's got forces that are potentially 2 days ahead of us, I suppose, at this point. Well, they will be 2 days ahead of us, perhaps. He'll have his main body. I don't know, it looks like the main body we might be able to catch. It's going to be really close. The armor's going to play a big role here. Oh, that's not good. So we are going to shock attack over here at Changte. Okay, yeah, those forces did manage to make it in here, god damn it. I don't know if we'll be able to win this. That does slow us down. I'm hoping that we'll win this, because if we win this and throw him back, that's excellent. But it does... I don't want to spend longer here, but I'm not... I don't know. I'm hoping that they're low on supply, but I don't think they will be. I'm going to hope for the best. We do have additional armor moving up. That's not good. That's really obviously not what we wanted there. He will have to cross the river, which takes more time. If that forces a movement mode. I'm hoping they're in movement mode. Genuinely hoping they're in movement mode. I'm sure we'll see shortly anyway. That's a big force to just suddenly move in there. Oh, not ideal. I mean, this isn't clear terrain either. This is ×2, so it's not ideal. 13th Division attacking. It may be that we don't make it to Chikyang at this time now. Yeah. 20 for reconnaissance. We'll see. We'll see. He doesn't have a particularly strong force, it's just quite a few cores there. But a number of them are pretty low. I'm hoping that we can destroy him here. I don't know. A few of the divisions aren't too bad. 1-5, that... Ooh, okay. So, I was hoping that we'd make it there. So we do have a greater force. So we take 5,789 casualties, mostly disabled, which is not ideal. And we inflict not a great deal, so that is a bit of a tactical victory there for him. Yeah. Okay, well that's not great. That does really, it looks like he will make it out of here. We can win that, but it is going to slow me down. We do have the armor on the way, but it's not ideal by any margin. I'm hoping that they'll be practically out of supply. We'll have to hope. Yeah, less than ideal. It's not a great setback. I mean, it's 5k men. We can afford to lose that. Well, we didn't lose it. Obviously, they'll recover in time, but it's not ideal. The good news is, though, even if we don't take Chikyang, we still have another road there across the river, and that is what truly matters, is getting across the river. So it's not over. It looks like it is going to be more complicated than we would have really hoped for, but we can still make it. What I mean by this is obviously Chikyang over here, but we still have a road over here. So he can't stop us getting to this road. Yeah, it looks like they might have been in combat mode then. I suppose they might have been moving from the last turn then. Right, so he's got the 45th Indian Brigade here, 29th Australian, 53rd Australian, the Port Moresby Brigade, so he has reinforced this, but that's interesting to see the 45th Indian Brigade. A few casualties there. So 475, 262. With that, I think it's ×2 or ×3 actually. Depends on that. I would like to have support of them. That's actually a stronger force than I would have imagined. Ideally they're lower on supply. But I don't imagine they are. But we'll see. I think deliberate attacks will carry us there. Attacking force, self-value 90, 57. Yeah, I think a deliberate attack might be able to manage it. Yeah, but attacking the 21st Chinese Corps, very small units. Yeah. So, total of 8 casualties. Yeah, huge battle. It looks like they're marching though, because I did see something about op mode. Okay, so not the ideal result there, not what we would have hoped for, but we do have armor on the way. It will, I think it will arrive tomorrow then actually. Potentially, depends on how far north it is. So it looks like Chikyang isn't going to happen perhaps. Okay, that makes sense. Well, we can go for deliberate attacks, and I can agree with that. A deliberate attack isn't going to blow our AV. Yeah, and it might be that we bring the MKP to the south end. He's definitely up in the ante in the Coral Sea. But this is what we want, really. It does not take long for the MKP to arrive south. Are those ships at Ambon? Those look like ships at Ambon. Oh, Port Moresby's ×2. Oh, thank God for that. I thought it was worse. Okay, so, yeah, we can manage that. He's got a decent amount of AV, but the thing is his AV will deteriorate pretty easily. Yeah, a few deliberate attacks, no, I agree on that. Right, let's take a look at what's going on down here. Okay, so we've seen 3 light cruisers, destroyer there. Okay. I think I'll wait today then for the actual supplies to build up. I don't want to go down... sorry, I don't want to attack without the supplies. So wait a day for the supplies to attack. Now the issue is I don't want to allow Buna to get cut off. I think it is very likely we do bring the MKP south. We do see genuine targets. There's 3 over here actually. How you doing there, Sal? Good to have you, my friend. Now, you're a level 1 port. I don't like this. I don't like how close we are. He's not aware of this right now. Yeah, well, we only sent in a small amount. Or spent in... Oh, sorry, only a small amount. Okay, so I can begin moving the force out. I'm not super confident about that. So I do have a couple of destroyers over there. It is interesting to see him actually reacting. Now, what do we see down here to the south? Oh, don't worry. Most of the supplies will move down. Like, there's 13,000 supplies over here. It'll just move down. It'll move down here. It's not very effective, so if needs be, I can air supply them. But it will move down there. Yeah, I wasn't happy that we came on to attack over there. The 45th Infantry Brigade should be bigger than anything. I mean, this is it. Frankly, this is a battle where if he wants to commit more forces, okay. That's fine. And rather than be here, we can deal with that. I do think we potentially bring the MKB. So there's a ship there. Ship there. Ship over here. We see ships over here. So destroys at Norfolk Island. Right, we're still seeing ships over here. So patrol boat. DD. We've seen a heavy cruiser there, supposedly. Well, the thing is, with... Actually, to be fair, let's take a look at it. Rebal is a size 3. I'd have to double check. I think we can run offensive missions from a size 3 airbase. I would have to double check that. Okay. So there's about 1,000 odd men there. So I need to disband her in here. It might be 4, to be fair. I'd have to double check. We do have a great deal of force. It can be brought to the area, which is good. Yeah, apparently there's ships over here as well, but I think that might be just the sheer amount of submarines up there. Yeah. I'm going to say that's just a sheer amount. Okay. What I'm going to do then is have them dock and begin loading that fuel so we can move it over here to Kandari. I think that's probably a decent idea. Put that second patrol boat in there. We only lost 3. I think we only lost 3, so it's not too bad. We should have had a actual sweep going there, but it didn't. So, okay, so 4. So not a great day for us, really. Not bad. Not bad. Could have been significantly better, though. Okay. Right. Not terribly much over there. Okay, so it looks like certain units are low on supply, but for the most part, they're all good to go. So we will order a deliberate attack over here at Singapore to go ahead tomorrow. Make sure everybody's in combat mode. I mean, I could just do it down there, to be fair. Okay. So just AMGs. Yeah, a bit more of a subdued one than we did have last turn, isn't it? Well, we heard something sink. That's our 065. What was the name? Which one was it again? Was it Arrow 66? No. It might have been her. That's Arrow 60, okay. Yeah, she needs to return to base. I'd head to truck if you can make it. But no, I mean, if there's anything that will bring the MKB south, I think this is probably something to that effect. Possibly. I wouldn't be too surprised about that. Right, sending that south. We have assets moving south, which is somewhat worrying. So I don't want them to be detected. But we do have vastly greater naval search in this area. Yeah. But I don't like this, so I think it is perhaps worthwhile. I don't like the fact that it's moving ships so close over here. It may be time to actually activate our forces and actually activate our torpedoes. Right, we're unloading over here. Okay. The reason why I'm doing that is so we can begin to build up the airfield over here. But yeah, I do think that we need to actually have our forces made ready. Right, we are unloading these guys. It's a size 2 port, so it's not bad. I should be able to manage it. Let's see. If I drop the patrol boats... Ideally it allows me to dock. Yep, thank God. Okay. So I would have to move them over here to New Mare. I don't have a great deal of supply over here right now. Okay. I don't know if they'd be able to fly from there. Not great timing there. Yeah, not great timing, frankly. We do have the air division due to arrive shortly. Now, let's see. On New Caledonia, this is fine. I can tell them to actually have the supplies moved over there. Yeah, that's why. Hadn't realised about that. We are building up an airfield here. Okay. If he's planned some sort of offensive in that area, we should really send some big guns. I think MKB would definitely be sufficient. Can't see that not being anywhere near enough. I mean, you take a look at this. We have MKB maybe, what, 2 days from really being in action. We have the combined fleet over here. If needs be, we can bring a amount of force that he can't even imagine. Now, let's see. Huh. That's interesting. But we do see detection over here, but that could be from PBYs. I do find it interesting that we're not seeing anything out here. We're not seeing anywhere near as much as I thought we might have. Which is odd. What do we see there? PGs, okay. Yeah, I eternally regret this unit. Eternally regret it. But we'll manage it shortly. Yeah, no. No. Right, so she did take some hits there. Not ideal. How much supply is actually here? Not a great deal. Okay. I think we'll send Shanghai Maru home. Not that long. It's been in bed a long time, but it's one of those, it's just like marching towards Port Moresby, really. It will take a long time. It's one of those early mistakes that just haven't been able to fix immediately. Right. So we have additional engineers that will arrive over here then tomorrow. That's excellent news. These fellows are marching over. Okay, so essentially... okay, is it complain about lack of supply? Yep, okay. Don't pick up that much supply. Looks like we'll have... Yes, we'll have a sub-chaser link up with them there. That's okay. I'm going to have that head down there to Sinkwang. It's fine, I can manage that. So they're going to head down now. So undock and get your asses out of there. But that is the 22nd, which is good. I can work with that. Okay. It's a big old force, actually. Okay, base force moving there. Looks like it's going to take a little bit of time due to it being pending. Right, it's packing, that's why. It's fine, we can manage that. So we'll take a look over here at Sinkwang then. So we are expanding the airfield now. It's going fairly quick. It will go fast as I'm going to move additional engineers out here. Okay, leave the other ones there to continue to unload that supply, which we'll need. Right. Loading's been complete, so they're going to set off now. Yeah, I do find it somewhat disconcerting that we haven't seen anything, but I suppose that's not the worst bit of news. What's the weather like in that area? That's not ideal. I do need that fuel. They do have a very heavy escort after all. What I'll do is take the actual submarine chasers, actually have them set as a ASW task force. So I've got 6 of those bad boys. So that should be enough there. Set them to patrol there. Ideally, it'll just suppress them. We do have plenty of torpedoes. Well, we have plenty of additional boys there, so that's not too bad. So form a new task force, we'll go with a new ASW task force. 45. I do need that fuel so I can actually get them out of here. Okay. I don't think it's too bad to actually bring the MKP south. I think what I might do is, in fact, have the Akagi and Karga's aircraft essentially kept out of the actual battle, perhaps? I don't know, it's intriguing, though. It's one of those things of, is this actually... well, is there more going on here? No, we didn't see those guys this time round. I may have them turn around, actually. One of them's a bit lower on fuel than the other. I4 can carry on all the way. You could do with returning to Luganville. You don't have that much fuel. Well, what I want to give the impression of is that this is the MKB, and what he might have saw... Because he did see something over here. I want to give him the impression that that was the complete Kiddipatai. I don't really want to give it away that we are splitting the carriers as such. I know it sounds daft, but it's something I'd rather keep hidden. Alright, so we have fast transport over here for supply. Can be used. Right. How many engineers do we have here? 104 with 2 vehicles. I'm going to leave them here until we can actually finish that size 7 port. I'd like that. Afterwards, I'm going to take them. Alright, those AMCs are superb. They'll come in very handy. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that I'm going to leave the carriers. I don't mean I'm going to leave the carrier here. Okay. Well, what are we looking like on supply here? 10,000. It might be great to mine Port Moresby, Sydney and Perth. Yeah, that would be nice to do, to be honest. Is there any little islands down here that we could make use of? We could potentially mine that island there. It's not exactly great. I don't think it really... no, it wouldn't really do anything, would it? No. Be a waste of time, really. Let's take a look over here then, the signal intelligence. San Diego. Suva. He's really up in the ante in this area. Yeah. Well, Buna's fine. The reason is there's 13.5 thousand supply here. I know it seems distant, but the thing is it will move down here. It will be drawn. See, it's collecting here because obviously there's things here that are using supply, so it will move that way. But what will happen is this will transfer down here. It's not very efficient, and what I can do is potentially bring supplies. Yeah, it can move. It can move across here. There's one hex here. You see, there's a level 2 port there. There's a level 1 port there, so supply can transfer across that. No, it can transfer. It doesn't need to go through here. See, level 1 port. Level 2 port there. Port to port, it can transfer. It transferred up this way, bear in mind. We didn't drop it over here at Lay, it moved up here to Lay. So it does move. Okay. I did decide to actually leave the 5th Air Division intact. Okay, let's see. I did instead use the transports over here to actually move additional supply. How much is actually there now? Not as much as I would have imagined. Yeah, a bit more of a subdued turn, really. A lot of enemy warships in the area, though. Yeah, those K-48s are going to be really good by the end. Yeah, no, there you go. It's how, it's only about 500 per day, I think, for like a level 1 port. So it is limited. Yeah, we'll take a look at China shortly. Okay. We do have a hit over here. If we actually did get a hit there is always good to see. And here we'll talk. It looks like somebody's there. Oh, I detected near Makassar. Or Makassar. Right, they're transporting those units to Qingyang. Captured Chaoyang, of course. Did the L3s fly supply there? That's what I was seeing. Not seeing them there. We have the 10th garrison units at Nagoya, 11th garrison units over here to command Kumamoto. Mandalay. It's in Burma, isn't it? I could be wrong, though. Bombers over Chiang Mai. Clark. Obviously, there is not to be reconnaissance. Yeah, not what I was hoping to see, actually. Not a great day, but not a bad day. Let's see, what did we find here? Now, I don't know if that's what was actually in the base there, or what's moved in. Yeah, we've been shifting units around, actually. I don't think we've had any new ones. Oh, it's Chiba. Oh, right, okay. Alright, so he's got the 40 units there. Now, we're not seeing any marching, but I can't believe that. Okay, so we will continue to move. Now, the question is, do we move the armor separately? I don't think it's a worthwhile thing to do, is it? Right, how did we do over here? How we're looking? So we still have 1396, so we did take a bit of a beating, but we can take that. The shock attack actually helped us, I suppose. We do have a brigade marching as well, so they'll be there in 2 days. We do have these headquarters over here. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 armored units moving as well. They almost arrived today, actually. Right. But they will arrive tomorrow. I think what we'll do then is we go for a deliberate attack. So they'd move... I think they move 30 miles in combat. I could move them in movement mode and they would arrive. I think it's... Yeah, they're probably fine to just continue moving. But then again, it might not be worthwhile to do so. I don't recall how far armor moves in combat mode on major. I think it's 30. I think it's usually about half, but it could be less. Well, they're definitely right, but it's not a majorly large unit, so I think I'll have it move in combat mode to be... Well, no, just... I think movement and then it'll arrive. It's not likely that we're going to come under attack. What about the paratroopers? Yeah, over there. Don't think... Yeah, no, exactly. No, I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I'm going to have these guys move in combat mode as well. I'm going to start you moving instead, actually. You can stay in combat mode, but I want to get you moving. As long as they're in combat mode, they still contribute, which is good. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, what was that? Okay. So the majority are a mile out, which is fine. We do have a brigade marching here as well. Okay. So they're marching. When an AA unit managed to hold Japanese attacks in Dutch East Indies. Wow. That's funny. Right. So they will be here tomorrow. What I can do then, because these guys are going to take some time to move as well, is I can set them to march towards Chikiang, actually. Though there is a unit in the way. Well, there's enemy forces in the way, so we need to march directly to them. So what I might do then tomorrow is, when this force actually arrives here, and they're actually still there, we can have a move there. Right, tank regiments over here. I think I might send it that way towards Changte, actually. They were saying that it can catch up very quickly over here. Hey, doing the player? Did you save your brigade? Well, the brigade has arrived in Chikiang in full strength, more or less. Has he abandoned the city of Nanyang? It looks like he's abandoned it. That's a big force there. Is he trying to march that down there, or is he marching it back? It looks like he's marching it back. Well, we'd have to use political points. I don't think we have the political points required. The thing is, though, what could we send? What? Yeah, Tenno, Heika, Banzai. No, it wasn't a bad turn for us, really. We had neutered that core over there. I want to see when it's got so many men there. I don't believe that. To transfer a unit, you have to have it as a non-restricted unit. That's how we'll manage to get this brigade over here. Because it's part of Southern Army. Yeah, he's in retreat. I'm just thinking, is it worthwhile there? It'd take longer, though. But then again, they could go that way, but it'd take longer. I think it's probably better just to go like that. Yeah. They have to be transferred to another command. You see here, they're both Southern Army. Like... Oh, that's Langston. I was just thinking, oh, well, there we go. Got another regiment. So there's more squads to go, but not many, really. Another 7 AV could be moved. It only lasts one attack, really, if it even lasted one attack. We will order a deliberate attack here tomorrow. The other paratrooper unit's heading down there. It wouldn't be worthwhile sending 2 paratroopers in there. See you later there, David. Have a good one, my friend. Yeah, wash your hands, indeed. Oh, dear. Stay safe as well. They're not digging in. It's one of those of where we don't have that much supply to make it worthwhile. I don't know. I'm still toying with the idea. He's moving this force. Okay, there we go. We've actually got some intelligence. 8,440, 191 guns. Oops. You're talking about these guys. It's not so bad. How far did they march? Yeah, so they marched 15. And that's really important information there. So it looks like when you're on a major road and you're marching combat mode, you move half your distance then. That's really good to know. That's really good to know. So yeah, we'll keep that armored unit moving in movement mode. At least then it'll arrive. It's not going to be under threat anyway. It looks like he has surrendered the city of Nanyang though. Which is a bold move. So I'm confused. Oh, you're talking about those guys. Right, okay. Yeah, it is a lot of disruption, actually, isn't it? I think we're fine. We often see him suffering from disruption, etc. If I go back over here to combat report... okay. So, obviously he was moving out there. But it's good to see what the tanks can do. Yeah, I know I have disruption. But I'm saying he often has disruption as well. Not that time, unfortunately. Leaders morale, experience, yeah. I think he's fine enough. I think we can manage that. The thing is, if we stop here, then yeah, he's going to make it to Chikyang, no problem. He does have a great deal of AV there. Now we do have that armor moving in. No, I'm not talking about the paratroopers. I know about the paratroopers. I'm talking about the independent regiment. That's what was under Southern Army. Can I get... have I got any transports over here? No. Can I show you? No, I can't show you with these guys. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if it's worth moving in additional units there. I know that sounds anticlimactic. I know it doesn't sound right. But you think, okay... he's got 400,000 men. They're very low in supply. But that's still a few thousand. I know, but I'm just thinking about this. It's still a few thousand. Yes, it hurt them more. But the thing is, once he's back across that... across there... I don't know about that. Kind of regret the shock attack now. I know, but I don't think I can get 300 to 400 AV in. You think even with all these aircraft we managed to move in 30? I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, let's say we can move in roughly 30 AV at a time. The thing is, I've got to then move the transports over there to Hankow, so we lose a day there. Can't afford that. Yeah, we've only got 54 points. We don't have enough to move in something. Unless I've got some unrestricted over here. Right, they're moving Changsha there as well. Frankly, I would like to have some units in there. I'm not paying PP for Chinese units. Sometimes I wonder if you guys are watching the same video. Right, they're moving to the north. Right, okay. Let's talk about that one. Yeah, 735. I'm pretty sure that we only got that unit over there. I mean, I might be wrong in this, but I'm pretty sure you can only move unrestricted units. I mean, I would recommend looking it up, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I still don't think I agree with the premise, though. I still don't think it's worthwhile. Oh, with airlifting. It might be that you can only move non-restricted units to take the base. It must be that you can actually move it via... Okay, so you can move unrestricted there, but I still don't think it's worth it. Okay, fair enough. This is only the actual air landings then. I can't even move as many as I want, actually. Okay, there we go. See, if you'd only said that from the start, we'd have not had all this mess. I don't know. Well... I don't know. I don't think we're going to hold Chikyang. I'm not sure if it affects movement. I don't think it affects movement, actually. Disruption of fatigue can. I don't think we actually had the air attack this day either, actually, which is not ideal. So he's moving over there. If he's moving in combat mode... I still think the power trips could take that. Yeah, thanks for reminding me there, Anna. Five units there, unit there. Okay, 30th is nearing Canton now. That's good. Okay. Could anybody rewind, actually? Did they... I'm sure we saw submarines around here. Sure we did. So they're headed to Marine. Are they rearmed? Oh, those are patrol boats. Okay, they're over here. Right then. So I'm going to bombard in the day. What we are going to do then is... I'm going to take them south, and in fact... Question is where? I feel like I might go for a deliberate attack then. I suppose test the waters. Try and break down the forts. I don't think he's been able to build forts, but he's definitely not been able to do it now. I don't think he's been building forts anyway. I think it's worthwhile to take them elsewhere. In fairness, it might be handy to actually have them in the Dutch East Indies. Chokai could do a little bit of repair. We'll decide then. They're going to bombard here in the daytime anyway. So I'm going to order the deliberate attack then at long last. Yeah, it's quite funny actually. It's quite funny. I was hoping that the paratroopers might have actually made it across, but of course we found out they only move 15. So, there we go. Alright. I'm going to take that third independent. Yeah, I thought you'd be happy. I'm going to have that move down there to Hengyang just to make sure we can hold Hengyang. Don't want to have him come back. So, 825 there. We're complaining over here then. That's because it's 2,000 odd AV there. I do need to actually garrison that. It's been surprisingly quiet, actually. Not great on our own end, actually. Not great on our own end. Right, engineer regiments. Have you sent there? What do I need here? It's a pretty big garrison for Changsha. Alright, Koi's finally in position. Do have a China area army, which is 5 command radius. So, I do have the ability to help them over here. I am going to have that plan for Changtai. I don't know. It's a tough one. I don't think we can get 400. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, how many do we have ready? We've got 55, so that's in total. Actually, no, 55, that's not bad. Quite a lot then out of action. That's not a bad point, really. I think we might try and actually send this division then. Or do I? It has got a lot of squads though, which is important. They could do with recovering to a degree. 59th. That's just a smaller one in general. It's been hurt though, hasn't it? It's interesting. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, obviously we'll continue to hit them. No. Okay, fair enough. I was obviously misunderstanding my part earlier on then. I'll move them to Hankow. Obviously these guys will have to be transferred over. We'll not be able to move as much as I would like in there, but I'll just have to suffice with what we have then. Not super ideal. I don't know. I still toy with the idea of having the paratroopers. I think it's still worthwhile doing so. The reason being it shuts that down there. If we can actually take that hex is really important. I also want to have it so we can control this so when we do not have to fight, because I don't want us to have to fight here and delay us. We might not be able to get to Chukyang, but I'm hoping that we can make it across here at the very least, which is very doable. We can do that, but I don't know how long this battle might go on for. It looks like we're going to have to rest tomorrow, which is not exactly ideal. Yeah, I'll press W in a moment. Oh, actually, I'm going to use the new one, aren't I? Alright, there we go. So let's set to defend. Yeah, no, we're going to do that. Let's see if allies can move west from Chengtai. Archer gang, yeah. No, it's good to see you over there, Clark. I haven't worked a proper job in a while, actually. I've been a student, well, pretty much full-time student. Well, yeah, more or less full-time student. Yeah, full-time student. Just because I'm not there every day of the week doesn't mean I'm not a student. But yeah, they closed that down. So I don't know, it seems like I might end up getting a grade just given, which honestly I don't care. If I get what I need, I mean, they've not actually bloody told us, which is not exactly ideal. We're on an Easter recess at the moment as well, which is not ideal. But no, as frankly, as far as it goes, as long as I get what I need to get into Sheffield University for the History Japanese Studies course, then, well, to a degree I don't really give two shits. Nobody says, oh yeah, look at my diploma. It's a means to an end. Means to an end. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm doing it. Oh, AT, you make me laugh sometimes. Oh, bloody pressed the wrong button. The other ones are obviously elsewhere. I don't want to select them. It's in combat mode. No, they're at Heika. I wanted to move the 34th. I'm just saying, I think I might be right to the restricted thing. What do we have coming in here? Looks like it's going to have to be the SLF. Oh, so those armored cars aren't going. So we'll reload that save. Ground units can be moved by air to friendly base or dropped into an enemy location. Ground units belonging to a restricted HQ can be moved by air, but only to a base of the same command. So we'd have to change the command of the base. Okay. We'll take a look at that then. I kind of wish I'd not closed it now, but there we go. We can change that. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. So I'll just see what headquarters the 34th is. So then 11th Army. That's 7th Army. I can't change it. If I could make it China Expeditionary Army, it would be alright, but I can't change it, unfortunately. That complicates things. It looks like it's going to have to be the SLF then. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a situation when obviously we've done all we could there to try and change it. No dice home. Don't need something that fast. Right, let's see. So I'd move... How far is Haiphong? 10. Okay, maybe something that fast is required. You'd move 5, so you'd be able to make it to Haiphong. Yeah, I know. I will do. Thank you very much for reminding me there, I know. Oh, actually. Let's put everybody here on combat mode. It is intriguing to see that he's doing that, but he's pulled out. I mean, we would have been fighting at Nanyang, but bloody 10 events there. But hey, it revealed to us obviously the things we have to watch out for. Right. What terrain are they in? So they're in rough terrain. They've got 6 miles to go. Rough, so they move at 5. So they're 2 turns. So in 2 turns, at least they'll be actually out of that hellscape, which is ideal. And then they're on clear, they're on major road. Okay. How much do I have there? 2,000. We have here 450, so that gives us about 2,450 there. Potentially a little bit more, as we do have another mixed brigade. Possibly 2 more mixed brigades. Yeah, another 2 mixed brigades. So we'd have not too far shy of 3,000. So I think we could give battle to the Nanyang force that has since evacuated. It is interesting to see what it's doing here. Is it going to pull back into this area? I am toying with the idea that if we do take Nanyang, which we will take Nanyang. Yeah, they did. It would have obviously been significantly better had they not. But I'm toying with the idea that we can actually march up this road. I don't think he has units in here. The good news is he doesn't really have that much in the way of situational awareness. Obviously, we have far more situational awareness. I think we may be able to get away with marching up over here towards SunYan. That'd be really nice. I mean, that'd be great to take that fuel source away from him, to take that industry away from him. But most importantly, obviously, that refinery. I was hoping that might give us a way into the back, perhaps. Then in Japan, actually. Let's see. And that refinery is very nice. I feel like he's made a mistake there. Yeah, no, I feel like he's made a mistake there. Had he pulled to the north, then we would have had no chance there. They would have been in Wooded Rough. It's a big force. It would obviously never been moved. But the fact that he's gone down there, it really implies obviously different thinking there. I think it means that he probably has a force in SunYan, but I don't think he expects us to move there. I think that'd be the best thing to do. I could leave an adequate amount of force potentially to hold Nanyang if needs be. But as far as it goes, if he attacks over here in China, we can move forces in time to deal with it. There's nothing he can really do that makes that much of a difference. He should have gone to the north. He really should have gone to the north. He might think he might march down this way, but it's a major road. He might go for a all-out counter-offensive, but if he really wants to do that, that's fine. He might be marching up to Anking, but then again, it's major road to there, sure, but then that secondary road, it's going to take ages. We'd be able to march over here sooner. March there and probably still make it there before he could. That's very intriguing. I think the endgame in China's changing. It's not gone as I would have hoped it would have, but nothing ever does, really. Though, frankly, we do have the forces over here. It would be an intriguing one just to see how quickly... I suppose at the end of the day, he is going to be using a lot of supply. There's a lot of supply that's being used in China. The question is, how much does he actually have? How much can China sustain of this sort of intensity of combat, in terms of like just the sheer amount of usage? So it is intriguing. It is intriguing. And we'll continue to give battle. We will still be able to give battle over here to at least a few units. I do toy with the idea of sending in a single armoured unit. Kind of toying with the idea of sending in something like... Found why you can't change commands, you need to have units from that command event. Ah, right, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, this is it. We will probably get to a point where things reconsolidate, but all that matters is really... If I can get into this area here, then that's brilliant. I think we'll make it in there. And either way, we've gained a number of important cities. That industry is going to be very helpful. It's also been taken away from him and given to us, which is brilliant. We do have additional infrastructure. Well, we do have additional resource generation infrastructure in terms of like light and heavy industry. So it's still good. We're still gained there. Hey, didn't that Kaiser Yoko? Oh, that's pretty cool. New beta. Sorry, we have a new body. New blood. I can't speak, apparently. Right, so obviously need to get these guys moving. Have them march there. I'll go for all this area again just to make sure we're doing everything correct. I can move the SLF. But, no, I mean, this is it. Is it worthwhile moving the SLF? Set all to follow. Yeah, it is. It is very nice. It is very nice. I do agree. I think Kuei Yang would be a pretty big prize. I think the best case scenario here, and I think this is one that we need to look beyond then. So, Chikyang is brilliant and all, but it doesn't matter, really. It would have been nice to have actually been able to keep a cap on him, but unfortunately he's just been able to move out there. It's a shame. He was just that little bit ahead of us. Had we had another day on him, essentially been able to get in the additional forces a day earlier, or 2 days earlier would have been ideal, and that would have been good. But this is it. Obviously, he is pulling back. He does have the benefit of the major road. I could send armor. It might be worthwhile sending armor to chase him down. And if I sent... No, they can't stop it. But then it also does bring him into a position where he's going to have to leave something on combat mode. He doesn't... I don't imagine he's got a lot of supply. I think it might be worthwhile to move the armor. The reason being, at least then we have something in the actual hex to actually initiate an attack, if that makes sense. So what I mean by this is we move into the hex, okay? So, if he's moving, he's going to have a lot of forces that are going to be moving out, okay? So what I'm thinking here with the armor is, we put a large force there. He might not actually know what it is. If he attacks it, okay, that's brilliant, that slows him down. If he doesn't attack it, okay, fine, that's what I expect. But then what we can do is, when the forces are actually about to reach the actual hex, I could potentially order a combat. I think it's worthwhile. I think it is worth it. So if anything, it puts him into a position... Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. If we can keep on top of him, that's better. Sorry, let me see. I just need to catch up with chat here. Yeah, if we can't reinforce Chikyang, I suggest we evacuate forces there. Would cancel power moves, chase him down with armor too. Yeah, good one there, man. How you doing, Richard? Can you bomb him while he's on the move? Yes, we absolutely can. Zenith, I would send the armor, but even if you don't, supplies that you cause him to burn is still a good thing. Yeah, exactly. I was talking about the extra Navigator unit. About not sending it in? Oh, right, okay. Oh, no, that makes sense now. Yeah, well, that's it. I'll tell you what, I've got an idea. It is quite amusing, actually. We could actually take the brigade. Start marching the brigade this way. So this is Major Road, okay. Actually, yeah, okay, this is making sense. This is going to sound crazy. But what we need to think here is Chikyang doesn't matter. But what does Chikyang represent? Okay, so it represents the roads over here. Okay. So if we lose that, yeah, okay, he moves here. Well, how about we move over here and keep ahead of him? How about we send the... Paratroopers will be here tomorrow. The mixed brigade could be here in 2 days. Okay? That shuts that down. So we then control that hex. Because then we'll control this hex, we'll control that hex. Ideally, we control that hex. Either way, we'll probably control that hex in time. It does mean that he will march unopposed to Chikyang, okay? But there's no real supply in there, so it doesn't really matter, okay? And yeah, it does put that unit under threat, but we can march it then south. Or I could march it up over here to the north. I can say that, I'm not going to lose it. I could march it there and then march it up over here. I could incidentally... Well, I could also then march it over there if I wanted, but I don't think that'd be wise. But we could potentially march over here towards Tuyun and call a bit of a bluff there, perhaps. Or even at least force a reaction. If we take a look over here, he's got shit. I think it's worthwhile marching them that way. All that matters is this road here. But if I can take control of this hex over here, then ideally that isn't going to allow him to just suddenly get lots of supplies. It does mean he's going to have to continue to move along here and continue to have to be slowed. The question then is, does he move straight north or will he move this way? Because obviously we'll have this force that's moving up that way as well. He's then going to be followed by this force. Now the question is, will he sit in Chikyang? I could abandon the base. Okay. Right, let me see. I'm going to take a print screen here. Just give me a moment. Let me see if I can open up something and kind of make it make sense somewhere. Oh, it didn't do it. Okay, not ideal. Not ideal. Okay, well, I'm going to be a moment anyway. I'm going to put my lamp on. 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, exactly. I don't think we're breaking any rules. I can't say we're breaking any rules. I can't see that we're breaking anything. Some are large walls. Right. Right. Wu Jiao. I don't even know where Wu Jiao is actually at this moment in time. Oh, Wu Jiao's down there south, isn't it? Okay. Right. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. No, I think that's the best method. So I think what we'll do then is we'll continue with the paratroopers heading that way. There are forces moving towards us. Yeah, he's found a fire retreat. Fire withdrawal, sorry. Okay, so we'd march that way. I think it's the best idea. It's one where we could potentially cause him a lot of problems as well, because that 70 AV could cause him a problem over here. If he's not going to do anything about that, then okay, I'll take that. But it does force him to make a choice, because then he's either going to have to chase that unit down, which he's probably going to have to do anyway. I do want Kuei Yang. I do want Kuei Yang. But it's not impossible just to march somewhere else. I can do it. We do have a potential opportunity to get in through the back door. Maybe march it south. That's not a bad idea. I tell you what, I don't know if we will be... No, I don't think we will beat him. No, I don't think we can beat him south. So he had... The rest of his forces arrived here this turn, didn't they? He left one behind here. But he did have, what was it, about 60,000? The worry is, if we'd have done this a day before, then we could have potentially done that. But I think he will make it to the Hex to the north there. Yeah, but bear in mind, not all of his forces were in the same stack. That's the thing we've got to bear in mind. We didn't have information about whether they were marching or not, but I'm going to assume that they were marching. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is we didn't think that force was marching into Changte. I was hoping that we could have bloody... If we'd have been able to beat that force at Changte, it would have been freaking solid. But even then, that would have been still a lot of assault values, so would have been difficult there. That went better for him than really honed. Yeah, I tell you what the problem is, obviously it's still going to deal with that. I'm going to hope that this force retreats over here towards Yichang. If that does happen, we're solid. Yeah. But if I can take that hex, that should then force them to head this way back across the river ideally. We do have additional AV moving. Okay. It's not ideal. It can't split it, unfortunately. Yeah, let's leave them in combat mode. Yeah, they march there. They're going to be low on supplies and they will eventually be killed off. They don't really have anywhere that they can get away to. We just have the roads to work with, but we'll force them to make a decision. I think what I'll do then is stand these guys down, allow them to rest and recuperate. I will need them for Port Blair. Yokosuka's moving. I would like to make some naval landings, actually. I'm hoping that soon, when we do take Singapore. So what I'm going to do is actually get a naval unit to move up over here to Victoria Point. Then I can move it potentially to Port Blair elsewhere, actually. Yeah, we'll double check. I'm going to have that moved up to Chumphon. And then I can move it to Victoria Point. Or even I can have it potentially moved to Bangkok instead. It's taken a lot of supplies, but then again, the supplies moved up there, haven't they? Yeah, I was just thinking it gives another point to work with then. I might even be able to fly in troops into Port Blair to potentially hold it, pull the paratroopers back then. I'll double check over here. Okay, yep, we have ordered a deliberate attack. Excellent. Right, over here. Still loading that artillery. They're moving towards Johor Bahru. They're moving out, okay. Fascinating, really. Who are you looking to merge with? 172? The crap's 172. Oh, you're too slow. Why am I merging with you? Huh. Tell you what, I do need something. I'm going to say the light cruiser. Actually, take the destroyer. Need that force fire. They can refuel in Kota then. Oh, just really wherever. Have them home port to Sinkwang be fine. Right, you're still heading north, that's good. They're moving there. So they'll arrive about 2 days, perhaps March still. Unloading more vouchers, excellent. Right, I'm not. How you doing there, Gary? Yeah. Right, it's not that one. Oh, that has loaded though. Okay. I was looking at supply, not troops. Okay, the base force has arrived. Fantastic. So we'll have that dock. Right, let's see. Okay, that's the one I was looking for. So they're currently loading supplies then. 4,000. It's not a great deal of force on board, but I think that's enough to take it. What do I have here in terms of 65th? Okay, that's not exactly encouraging there. I think we do need additional troops, don't we? So it's 82nd. I've got at least a naval guard unit. Is that enough? I wonder. I was saying that I don't think I have the entire unit. Where's the... You can remain on station for the time being. There's not a huge deal of AV, but it's not insignificant. I'm going to wait for the supplies to be unloaded there. And to be honest, it might be worthwhile to potentially bring down bombardment there, but it does have coastal guns. I hope it doesn't run out. I can wait it out, to be honest. It's not ideal. I think we do have the means to break it, but I don't want to rush it, to be honest. Right, so the big guy tomorrow. Okay, LSD will arrive tomorrow. I do have a fast transport underway, which is kind of 4th JNAF Koi. Oh, just the one. Okay. No, I think we're fine. I've sent the damaged one back to Saigon to repair. I'm going to wait for the supplies to be unloaded and then we'll go for a deliberate attack. Right, okay. Then I move in there. I think it's worthwhile to load more aboard. They can do amphibious, which is fantastic, so I think it's worthwhile doing. Do I need that much foam? Okay. I don't like them being on board VAPs, to be honest. Just listen to Dutch sub. I think that was the one that we engaged over here last turn, actually. I'm very glad they're removing an additional supply there. Need that fuel. They didn't move as much as I imagined they would do, to be honest. Not sure they flew, but they should have flown. How much do we have here? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I think we could still have got 26 there. Another one in then, I guess. Yeah, that didn't go really very well. I mean, the fact that the zero sweep didn't go in was not exactly great. Not ideal. Not ideal. I think we'll go a little bit higher this time. The reason is so I can actually set the aircraft higher too. Though actually saying that, let's take a look. Yeah, and I will send the armor. I'm going to make sure I definitely did. But yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. Okay. Our bombers need to reach level 4. They can bomb from Baal. I think it's worthwhile taking MKB south. I don't think it makes that much of a difference, really. He has targets in the area. And I do toy with the idea of just leaving it be. The reason why I do so, obviously, he doesn't know what we have or thinks they might be elsewhere. But then I do worry about the fact... Well, then again, I can move them in such a way that if they're a threat to Gazmata, we can respond there. That's the worry that I have is about Gazmata. Moresby... I mean, he can hit us, sure. I was thinking, is this, like... I don't know, I don't think it's got carriers here. Well, it doesn't have carriers. My consideration is if we don't show the carriers until he shows his carriers here, perhaps. Chikian HQ is Southern Army. Yeah, we found that out, unfortunately. Yeah. I don't know if I have a problem with reinforcing it. Let's take a look. So we've got deep now, so we do have a good chance to survive that. I was thinking that if we give him the... I think we'll give him the appearance that he can control this. He can to a degree, to be honest. How many engineers do we have here at Gazmata? Not as many as I was hoping, frankly. How much AV do I have here? 104. I think that's enough. I'm gonna have this group turn back to the ball. No, we didn't see anything as far as I could see. I don't like the, well, actually, what I could do is I could leave the men here to load, but I don't think it's worthwhile. I don't know, is it? Is it not? I do toy with the idea of having the, having some guys moved over here just to ensure security. God, I can't speak today. I don't like that force. That force worries me, but then again, these guys could move around here very quickly. I think we lift up and we move out. I think it's too risky right now. Tell them to not unload, but once things are safe, then we can come back. Not super infused with how things have turned there. These engineers need to move south. They're going to continue to move south. He doesn't know about that, which is good. I do need to have the MKB south if needs be. I mean, CF is over there. But we don't need CF. It's difficult because I can't do much there. Yeah, no, but that's what I'm thinking about there. It's a level 3, so I don't think we can. I don't know. I think we need torpedoes. I think we'll get that level 4. We have that. I think that's how it works. I forget what we need, actually. Well, they were set to naval search. I don't think that an airfield that allows it. Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do here then is just take the guys that do have assets. And there is one in this area that does. I think I'm going to move them to lane. Even I'd like to move them there. I'd like to move them to Buna. Can I get away with doing that? I think I can. I don't think he has forces to land with. I think I'm going to have them head to Ley instead, to be honest. Ley for now. Then we'll move them out as needs be. I'm going to have them head this way. I just want to make sure... I mean, this is it. I can take that back if needs be, and I can manage that. I can always bring air, transport strategy, fly supply in. Things I don't want to lose that supply. So I'm going to make sure I protect that supply. I think we do bring MKB. I don't have things established yet to meaningfully resist. Not yet. How fast did I move with those older carriers? 4-4. I don't think it makes a difference. Just want to double check. Obviously, means we could move faster at full. But we're still moving full. Yeah. It might be that we send heavy cruisers to the area. I can bring... I don't need to rush the MKB there. I don't need to rush them. So, cruise is fine. I was saying that I'm going to just cruise down. We have the means to rectify the situation. Whichever way it goes, to be honest. I wish I had some DMSs here, actually, because it might have been just time to actually bring them and make sure Malson's clear in mind. Not as many destroyers as what I have for. Obviously, I've sent some elsewhere for the time being. Is it worthwhile bringing Monsu? I'm kind of toying the idea of just bringing the carriers, the destroyers. I don't think there's a worry about surface combat. I suppose it doesn't hurt to be prepared. I suppose it doesn't really hurt. Now, cargo obviously needs her planes. Save it here. We are very much safe. I don't know. Is it worthwhile bringing the heavy cruisers? Or at least bringing all the things? I don't know, how do you guys feel about it? I was thinking it might be... I'm leaning towards bringing them. I'm thinking not bringing them from a point of view of the fuel. Yeah. The point that I'm really thinking on now is if I make such a big show, if they even are seen, then that might encourage him to attack in the Dutch East Indies. I think that's worthwhile. So we don't have... I mean, obviously there's much at risk here. Yeah. Yeah, you're right there, G4. Yeah, I was thinking if there are British carriers or... I don't know, there's something fuckery up over here. There's something fuckery. If he's thinking about... If he has the means to attack, I'd rather him actually do that, because that gives us a chance to actually... strike back at him. If I send a MKB down this way, which we're going to do anyway... to ensure control of the area and to ensure that we do not lose anything. It's not a bad idea to then just bring them, if needs be. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm saying it's an option. We could bring them to bombard Port yeah, we could heavily bombard Port Moresby. And then retire to Trunk, if needs be. There's assets in this area that are worth hitting, though, at least. Yeah, no, I think it's worthwhile. So if he's more confident in the Dutch East Indies attack, then that's okay. Also, by having such a large force, he may think it is definitely MKB, which he's probably going to think it's MKB. He may even mistake it for Kiddipatai. It takes about 3 days or so to get into position. So I could position myself probably around about that area in the Bismarck Sea, and I've got no problems hitting there. No problems. I'm just going to put them there for the time being. Just want to take a look at the actual area. So if I take a look, it's ocean deep. That must be... Is this ocean shallow? I'd like to find a position that's ocean shallow so we can actually try and deal with subs and etc. But I think that must be... No, it looks like it's deep. It's deep. It is shallow there. What is it like for the coral reefs, though? Coral reefs do play an important role. Yeah, they do restrict it here, but he does have subs. I do want to keep out... Well, we don't really need to be that close anyway. I mean, that's 6, which is well within striking distance. Obviously, Gazmad is 4. So it's well within our range, so I think we'll have him head out initially that way. Okay. In fact, I am going to get those engineers loaded up. I don't really need anything here other than the port to be built, and there will still be engineers here, so still enough. But I do want to get those actual construction units moving. Oh, well, okay, that's fair enough. I mean, I wasn't thinking parking literally there, but roundabout there is fine. Does it? I mean, it's like as we saw, it's deep ocean, so it doesn't really matter that much. It's not like we're going to be there tomorrow anyway. But no, it's a good point. It's a good point. Okay. How you doing there, Major? Good to have you, my friend. Now, interesting, we didn't see the sub over here. Oh, only in base hexes. Well, that's fine. Yeah, that's a good point as well. Check the commando. What is it that we're just looking for then? Just pretty much just high airmen, really. I can't remember what the other requirements are for. Well, what are the other things that are needed? Well, ideal. Can put Nagumo in charge. Air Naval Inspiration Leadership, okay. 76. Naval, okay, Inspiration. Leadership. 67, 52, 39. Just looking towards Abe Toyoshi. Toshio. Yeah. I think we're gonna go with Abe. Abe. That naval's worthwhile. 76 is still very, very good. Leadership's even better. Inspiration's a little bit worse. Yeah, very promising and careful IGN officer. So I'll go with that. Pre-back Bodakagi. That's good to know. Okay. So that brings us up to 244. I'm going to let Gary take a look at that one. He's the one who's in charge of the pilot training. Is it 7 that we strike at? Let me just double check. Yeah, I know they're lacking pilots. That's Gary's business. He'll be able to put the pilots that we need in there. Yeah. Normal is 6, so it looks like 6. They were saying that they... What do they run with the extended? Yeah, so they go from 250s. Yeah, you can rebuild them, I'm pretty sure. So we're looking at 7 there. Okay, so 7 as we'll go for. Yeah, we're going to let Gary put the pilots in here. Okay. So 7 is what we'll go for then. I'm sure we had 18. Maybe one's still here on the airfield. But what I'm going to do then is... Okay, they're all very good. Right. I don't think it actually matters if we advertise a presence. So we'll go with naval attack. They're not going to be on naval. Sorry, they're not going to be an ASW. Let's run them 7. No, they can run 6. I'm going to keep them stood down for the time being. But then again, it's always not a good idea to do that. Let's have them on 10%. Well, we've had a lot of them moved out for training. Infinite is the one who's in charge of their training regime. So I'm not messing with it right now. He'll be able to move them in. Alright. Okay, we'll go for that. So they're going to head down that way. I'm not going to have them head directly to that hex, but I want them to move into that area. Well, we don't have as many engineers as I would have liked, but we have more anyway now. They are expanding the airfield. It's going to take some time. I do also want to get significantly more there, which we can. They're moving that way. I'll have them actually head down there to Banco. Okay. How much does it have, actually? Well, I'm pretty sure we're not going to run out. I'm not going to offload it with it being an oiler. I thought you meant that we had like loads of supply then. I was trying with the idea of having CF brought down this way just to ensure security. Yeah, no issue. Now, thankfully I do have a port here. So that should be able to handle about 6,000 tons, okay. STRGs are so small. This is where they really come into our own doing this sort of stuff. That's incredible, isn't it? So we'll have these two guys dock. And they can unload. I wish I could give them orders to begin building the airfield immediately. Oh, I can actually. I will need supply here though. I wonder if it's testing us. Hmm. That's good. Oh dear. I don't know, it's intriguing actually. Maybe this is a bigger plan at play. Maybe. In some ways it could be kind of brilliant. I mean, I'm just kind of thinking, well, what if he's taken, I don't know, something like Hermes or something like that. I mean, I think he knows about those subs. I think he's known about them for a little while at least, or potentially known about them. I'm not sure. I was thinking that maybe he took something like, let's say Hermes, for example, or something else. They had them fly around, just do something, just to be detected, perhaps. Give the impression that carriers are there, which obviously they are there, at least something's there carrier-wise. Now, we did see oilers and tankers, didn't we, south of Australia near Melbourne. We didn't see them this turn. Maybe they went into port at Melbourne. He's got 3 task forces out there, which is odd. Well, 4 task forces actually in that area. Maybe he's looking to test our defences. He's moving forces in the north. Maybe there are carriers in Melbourne. I am toying with the idea of bringing CF to this area, or at least the Fiji area. I'll take them some time to move south anyway. Wouldn't that be incredible if we actually did have a Battle of the Coral Sea? So you might want to deploy like Koi on other bases like Tanna. Start building up the airfield there. But it's probably it's better to concentrate really, build airfields up in one spot. There's engineers moving there. But not too far out, thankfully. Still got 24 engineers here, which is actually excellent. Yes, to the base force. Which part of it's still Luganville. That naval support's there. Not a bad thing, I guess. Gives us rearm of 365. See, I need fuel here, but fuel is moving, thankfully. Should really get that oiler moving. I think what I'm going to do then is I'm going to use the AS as a means to gain more supply to Afet, however you want to pronounce it. I'm still rearm here at Luganville. For the task force to the west, New Mayor. Heavy cruiser, interesting. Now, it's kind of caught me in an odd position here because I don't have torpedo capability right now. Not right now, but we can do shortly. Possibly. And they are docked and they're unloading. I just need to get them there. I do need more supply, but obviously that supply will transfer now. Is it worthwhile to make that? How do you there, Chris? Good to have you, my friend. I'm thinking we continue with the H6K4s and Naval Search. I considered bringing the G4s to potentially bring them on like a naval attack using bombs, but I think it's one of those of where do I advertise that? Debating as to whether it's worthwhile moving the G3s and KIs to Numea. And again, the airfield's not large enough anyway, is it? I think we hold on Earth. So you have 13 hexes to go. I think we'll move to Luganville. I could move full one day. Arrive tomorrow. I think that's worthwhile doing, get those engineers, get the aviation. But most importantly, get the 4th Air Division there. That will give me torpedo capability from Lucanville, which is what we need. I think the G3s can run nail strikes from level 2 airfield. Oh, okay. It's good to know. What's the distance here? 17. I'm just worried about bombardment, to be honest. It's actually quite lucky that I do have naval support there. At least that's something useful. Building towards a level 2 port. A level 3 would be great, to be honest. It is interesting. It's very interesting, to be honest. How you doing there, Paul? Good to have you, my friend. Okay. I'm going to start to load up some units now. It's not a lot, but I'll get them shifted over there to Luganville and start moving things out. Try and reduce the amount of strain here. I don't know, it's very interesting. It is really very interesting that he's got these assets like this. It probably is worthwhile running naval out of a G3's okay. And then out of range anyway. They're in dock anyway. It's one of those that might as well get them loading. I mean, I could have them disbanded in the dock. I suppose it's worthwhile just to leave them, isn't it? I was thinking more so the point of it is going to come in here and naval attack anyway. Well, port strike. I don't know. Well, we would have got a bombardment. It could hit the ship. But it's hard. As long as she's in dock, she's okay, probably. Need more supply here. I think we'll head south anyway. Head to Baker Island. What I'm gonna do then? Let's see. They're close enough to refuel. I should wait to be refueled as well. I'm just thinking it's not worth bringing CF here. I think there's a few decisions to be made, really. Is it worthwhile trying to hit the Fiji area? I think we can do it by, obviously, I think we'd move in such a way as to take his air power there. What I'm kind of thinking is if we brought potentially... so obviously, let's say that MKB makes its presence known there. If I keep CF something of a secret, then at least it gives us something to move around here, because I'd like to try and... If we move south, he might then move his forces over here to Fiji, or then move down to Auckland, perhaps. I don't want to advertise CF yet. Have them refuel. I mean, I could potentially keep... well, use Shoho. Gunyo's on her way. Detach DMS2. That definitely needs an escort. It's not a good situation, really. See, I don't like having the APs on front. There's a lot of men aboard one ship, isn't it? But how many men are really aboard here? Not that many there. Yeah, I'll be doing the Dead Man stream probably tomorrow. Okay, what we'll do here. I'll take the APs. Well, you're carrying something useful. So, 9-7. I'm going to leave those smaller ones there. The reason is just because they can act as an additional target for something. Right. So that's 400. 800. I just want to load up another naval guard unit. Oh, they'll have to do fast transport, won't they? Well, it doesn't need escort because it's got the APDs there. So what I can do then is actually have the light cruisers do, well, act as a fast transport. No. Okay. I want that base. I think 10 pass is a little bit risky right now. Right, there we go. So I'll move coastal. I could do that to make sure we can cover ourselves. What I can do in the meantime then is... See, so that gives me 2,000 there. It's a hell of a lot. Yeah, there's only 860 infantry there. Now, the 65th Brigade just can't go on like this. I might... I mean, I'm toying with the idea of having the 65th fast transported into Ambon to finish it. Soon, but not right now, but very soon. I only need 2 light cruisers to be able to cover that. A third one might just make it absolutely safe. Alright, what I'll do is I'll take you. I'm really glad the base was arrived. I'm going to take that over Koi. I can then have them move to Banjarmassen. But what I'll do is I'll have them... well, they're not going to be loaded yet, so I'll keep them... Get them loaded first. To be honest, they're not worthwhile bringing. Right, that can be our task force for defense. Is it that one? Yep, 9-7, okay. There we go. That's so random. Okay, so that'll give us air cover there. Yeah, I think things will really get moving again once Singapore falls, really. That's really the point that's holding us up. Obviously, too many troops committed across the Empire for random things, but I can change that. Right, what's this? 3rd Engineer Construction Battalion. 2nd Reconnaissance Regiment. I'll just have them shifted over here to Sinkwang. I can move the engineer regiment, sorry, the reconnaissance regiment afterwards, but I do want those engineers. Those fine-ass engineers. Okay, so they're on deliberate attack for tomorrow. Not going to succeed, but I need them to do it. Right there, heading north. That's a lot. But yeah, they're going to begin marching down now. So they'll be on the rail lines tomorrow. It's a bit odd that there's actually detection there. Well, it must be a coast watcher. Hope for great things. Okay. Right, we'll make sure things are moving over here then. Wish them the best of luck. Well, frankly, I've set them all to march there. They're not following, so these guys will arrive tomorrow. I think that's what we need. Yeah, they will arrive tomorrow. They're still unclear, so even if he did attack it, obviously it would be great for him. I think it is needed. If it does mean even the slightest bit of chance of slowing him down, it's well worth it. Yeah, they were due to attack. I could use them, but I think it's probably better to move them to Changsha. Go like that, do so. Try and slow him as best we can, really. I've got to be wary about bombing over Changtai, due to the fact that he can cap that. And could cap it all, really, to be fair. Dear. It might just be YouTube, to be fair. Best case is just to maybe refresh. Yeah, it's not going as we would have hoped for, to be honest. But either way, we are making significant gains. It's one of those where you can really see where, if he's committed to pull it out, it's hard to stop that. And I suppose in some ways it might have been the daftest plan, but I suppose in some ways it might just work just due to the sheer bloody number of them. But we'll endeavour to make it as painful as possible, just hurt him as much as possible, slow him down as long as we can. And just fight as much as we can, because that's gonna bring a lot of supply. It's gonna hurt him. We'll see. We may yet achieve a victory. I don't know. Not entirely sure what might be causing that. Right. So I've got more range to work with, which is good. I mean, I'd consider bombing them, but I don't think it's worthwhile. I can win that. It's a bloody difficult one, though, isn't it? God damn. If only we'd been able to slow them down more. I might just move everything, to be honest. What is that about, Shangtai? Oh, right. Also, I'm going to need a lot of aviation support there. Yeah, definitely. At least I can base them all. Yeah, most engineers are moving. It's going to take some time for that aviation to arrive, but it will arrive. Nanyang. Pretty sure we know about Shangtan. Two over there. $79.50, which I think was there. Oh no, it's about there, isn't it? Well, we know enough anyway. How you doing there, my friend? Good to have you. It's nice to see some new names. Do some reconnaissance of Xi'an. Chongqing, okay. Shangtan. Okay, we'll go with that. Obviously, we're going to have to harass him from the air as much as possible. Make sure we have escorts set. Yeah, we're underway with Papua New Guinea, actually. The better campaign to really watch is... that's odd. Would be the Admiral Dadman campaign I'm doing, which is First Strike at the Homeland. You see a much more competent campaign there. Oh dear. Looks like they can move west from Shangtai. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure why that was a question. You have to explain there what you get out. Run a bit of cap here. Yeah, exactly. No, this is a game that you can purchase from the Matrix Store, Major Game Store, yes indeed. So could somebody post a link there? That'd be really handy, actually. Okay, so we've got that underway. That's good. Now, it's cool to have you here, man. It's the first time seeing your game. Now, you've got a lot to find out about, man. It's an awesome game. Especially if you do enjoy, of course, Grand Strategy. But this is grand strategy. You compare, well, consider the fact that this is my monitor over here, which is 1920 by 1080. I mean, this is a sheer scale of map. But I'd recommend following the Admiral Dadman campaign, which is the first strike at the homeland, as it's a long-running one, but essentially it's one where I'm having to deal with a lot of early mistakes from learning the actual game itself. I would say watch the First Strike of the Homeland series, which is a playlist, by the way. You'll actually see how to do things a lot more competently. I thought our troops might be blocking movement to the west. Well, I mean, this is it. He has control of the Hex side. So, the question is, will he remain here? Be interesting. Thank you very much there, G4. Much appreciated. It's going to be very interesting time to come, really. I hope that attack succeeds. That would be nice. And we'll launch our attack there tomorrow. Right, tanks have arrived, and they're taking fuel back now. Can I? No? I'm going to be awkward like that, hey? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he did move out, but we'll see. If he does move out, it does make it easier to attack and destroy him. It would be awkward, though. I would have really preferred had he not arrived today. Had he not arrived today, then that would have been really good. Really, really, really excellent. But of course, things don't work out, do they? Yeah, it's going to be an intriguing one. It is going to be a very bloody intriguing one. It might be that if the paratroopers can actually take this hex, that they march this way. I'm hoping that if they can take that hex tomorrow, then at least if we do defeat him, it'll force them to retreat this way. I don't know, it'll be intriguing. If we can get that, they might have a chance. Because you look at what happened with this unit over here. When they were defeated over here at Shaoyang, they retreated down here to the south. And he is taking tremendous casualties from these battles. I mean, we're taking casualties as well, but he's taken a lot of pounding. His forces are paying for it. So, it's going to be intriguing. I think we will find a way across no matter what. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I'm not... Let's see. See, that's what complicates things. I don't have a direct road there. If I had a direct road, I'd potentially consider marching this way instead. I was thinking about maybe having them reverse march and head this way, but I think it's one of those of... That might have been the better plan after all, really. Might have been the better plan to have had them all there. But then again, this is... It's hindsight 2020, isn't it, really? Yeah, I can see there's a road. There is like half a road, but there's not a full connection road, so we'd move halfway in a secondary, which is not ideal. I could march back to Changsha, but that'd take me 2 days. 2 days there, 2 days. It's not worthwhile. Might as well continue marching here. We'll find a way across here. We'll see. I'm going to hope that he may continue to move on out, but we'll see. Is it, well, then again, Above all, we need to be across that river. That's the only thing that matters. That greatly complicates things. It may be worthwhile to turn about there. No, to be honest, I'm really considering this. It might be worthwhile to have them halt their march and turn this way. He's going to make it here to Chiang, okay. But this hex is what matters. He could then march this way, but he'd have to march this way, march up there, march down there. He could march there, but there's no roads across. Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot, to be fair. We do have other armoured units over here as well. I think really all that matters, and I think all that has ever mattered is that road there. It's not ideal. It's definitely not the situation that we were hoping for, really. The only thing is they're going to march across that secondary road there. I don't know if it works like that, though. And they're not connected by a road. I don't think it matters what the target hex is, because frankly they're not there yet. I mean, that suggests to me, from what I understand of the game, that would march halfway along a secondary road. Question is, though, is that quicker than marching around to Changsha? And what's the terrain? Wooded, okay. Jesus. Sure, no problem. Yeah, I think things are definitely becoming more difficult right now. It's definitely not what I would have preferred to have happened. I think we'll get these ships moving out. Once the supply can remain. It might tip them off, but I think it's not worth the risk. There's a lot of shipping there. It's a lot of shipping I need to really get moving elsewhere, to be honest. But it's not worth the risk. That's not so bad. I do have a large port as well that can protect him. Need to find him. Right, you can take that base tomorrow. Get you loaded up and moved out then. Well, we do have plenty being converted, actually. It's just going to take some time is all. Alright, they're going to move that 65th element. Yeah, slow movement. So I think it's worthwhile to march back to Changsha. Well, we see 51 fighters, which is a really large amount, to be honest. It's intriguing, if anything. I don't think we can beat him north. I don't think we can beat him to Chikyang. I think he'll arrive at Chikyang. The issue is this force. We need to make sure that... I mean, this is it. I mean, that brigade's got to go that way. I considered bringing it down there just to make sure we could take that. But I think we can take that tomorrow anyway. I need to make sure these guys do not retreat this way. And that's difficult because I don't know if I can stop that. I mean, that's wooded rough there, which is awful. Jesus Christ, that's bad. I don't know if I have time. I think it might be that our window of opportunity has been blown, to be honest. Now that Changte might have sunk us. I think we're just going to pray that he does not move, to be honest. As far as we can tell, he's not moving. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so he's not moving right now. We'd really only have a day to make it worthwhile. It might be worthwhile just to continue marching here, because we know how much supply is here, so we know there's not enough supply for him to be resupplied. We know he can move there to, like, inhibit the vast majority of it. I think it probably is still worthwhile to move these guys up the centre. Yeah, I mean, what I'm thinking is if we continue to chase him this way, we're going to move the armour, so we'll be here tomorrow. If I can try and slow him... Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. I think it's still worthwhile to go to Chikyang. That'll block the road there. We take that, that'd be ideal. But yeah, I mean, if he's still low on supply, if we can... I mean, we'll be able to continue to... I mean, this is it. He moved out, I think, 65,000-ish men, sorry. I don't know how many units that was. It wasn't the majority. So we can still hit the majority. I think it's all about trying to hit these forces before they hit Chikyang. So no, I think it's worthwhile to continue marching. Just as quickly as they can bloody move, to be honest. And that's a solid amount of AV. It's got a good amount of artillery as well, which makes a difference. I think it's one of those of maybe he moves to Chikyang. Yeah. Yeah, you're right there. No, I think he moves to Chikyang. The thing is then, well, what does he do next then? He might just stay in Chikyang. Yeah, he's going to suffer. I mean, this is not as bad as it seems, really. Even if a march is there, it's not ideal. My god, that's not ideal at times for terrain, but we could probably still manage it if his supply's low. Best case scenario really would be to, like, march... Well, let's say we take this base tomorrow. Let's say we take this hex tomorrow, okay? I think the best thing to do then would be to continue to march over here. And if I could get into that hex there... And at least if I'm in that hex... Yeah, no, exactly. If I'm in that hex and he then maybe moves over there, maybe I'm hoping I might get a chance to actually have the defense there. But no, I think we need to try and take this. If I can take that or something of that nature. It's difficult, really. And this is where the rivers really... Well, they're not bad. It doesn't make that much of a difference. It's just the tire's free, isn't it? That's what matters. Oh, he's got the range to do it. He's bombed us down south before. He's got the range. I don't know why he's not using them. Yeah, it's intriguing, really. It is intriguing. I think it's likely he'll make his stand at Chikyang. And I think that might be where we still win. All that matters is that I get there. If I can get across the river, okay. And this is it. It would be a shock attack over here. But then the thing is... I think we have a good chance... I mean, yeah. I think it's all about trying to delay him, really. If we can delay him as long as possible, then that's it. It's just the issue, yeah. He might just leave a division there. I don't know. It's so up against the wire here. It's so on the wire. I think it's going to come down to his supply. If I can keep his supply low, we might have a chance to force it, to brute force it. But it's not ideal. It really isn't ideal. I think it might very well come down to being a focus over here, but frankly, we've given him a fright. We've forced the surrender of that Changsha area. But yeah, the war is not going to be won in China in 1942. I don't see it being won. It depends. Things could change. It could... I've got to hope that he doesn't know... I mean, this is it. He doesn't know everything we know. So we'll just have to hope, really. He has got detection here, which is intriguing. Yeah, he's gonna have a lot of aircraft. I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of intriguing things, though. Lots of intriguing things lately. I'm gonna open that a bit more. I want to get an idea of what's going on a little bit more. Very interesting. Gotta make sure this area is protected. The carriers, yeah, will have to make do. Well, it's very interesting. He's really given us a bit of a bit of fat to chew on, to be honest. Really giving us something to chew on. I'm not bothered. I'm gonna just get them underway. I can pick the rest up later. I just want to get them moving now. Yeah, no, it's going to be intriguing. It is going to be intriguing. He's not going to stand and fight in this area. He may make a stand there. I don't know. The question is... It's a hard one, really, because we need him to stop. We need him to stop, but then this is it. Why would he stop? He knows he needs to keep moving. but it's intriguing. I think it's a very intriguing one here. I think the best bit that I think the best thing we can do is try take the roads as we discussed. Not for next turn. No, it's just a one-time thing. It was just like a little joke, So I thought it was amusing as a thumbnail. Alright. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, no, I mean this is it. We'll see. We'll see. I think we can continue to hit a decent amount of his units. I think we can hit at least some of them. Well, that's it. I mean, this is it. Once we finish off Singapore and etc., then we open ourselves up again. Because it's like, with how I've deployed things, it's really constricting. It is a nightmare. But this is things that we learn and will not repeat in the Danman game. My god. But it's going to be a long war. I don't see means of a quick victory anymore. At least in China. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I think I'm going to save it here. I don't think there's anything else that can really be done that's worthwhile doing. I'll do little things off cam and probably get it sent off tomorrow or something of that nature. Yeah, I think we've done the best that we could. And this is it. We didn't have the hindsight to make the correct decisions at all times. Yeah, SunYan's going to be our best bet. I mean, that might be one where we might be able to get away with it, to be honest. That might be our cheeky little number. What I'll do next turn is potentially run reconnaissance all the way up over here on this road. So if he doesn't have anything holding this road and we can march over here, then that SunYan good as gone. And if there's any victories there, that'd be the big victory. But then it also opens up the back door. I do find it very intriguing that he's over here, though. Yeah, I mean, this is it. It's difficult because it's just the means of the roads, isn't it? It's just all these roads here. Right, I'm going to attack again. It looks like he's trying to cut that road. Thankfully, it doesn't matter as much. So if anything, I'm going to begin to march a unit there, try and block him. Put them in combat mode just in case. Yeah, it's bloody awful roads there. Actually, I don't think it even matters, because... No, I'm going to put them in movement. Changsha's alright. Some heavy and light. I don't know, actually. I don't even know if that's real. I don't know if I can take you serious on that, Chief. Oh dear. Yeah, Changsha did get effed up, but we still got something there. That's all that matters. No, it's going to be intriguing. It's going to be intriguing. I have to take it as it comes, really. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with that. Maybe I'll look it off cam and then send it off later on. So I'll say a big thank you to you ladies and gentlemen for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Not been a... I don't know, it's not been a bad turn. I just think it's one of those where we wanted it to go better. And unfortunately... Unfortunately, it didn't go how we wanted. Not a bad turn. A lot going on, though. How you doing, that, Oscar? Yeah, you did. Sorry, Oscar. Yeah, we're just about to bring us to an end. Bit of a dour one. Bit of a dour one. More dour than ever. Jesus. Oh, dear. So, until next time, thank you so very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a good old blast. I shall indeed say thank you to my patrons, and then we'll move on and really digest this. Really just try and figure out what the actual goal here is. I think it's one of those where we are going to have to just force our way across and just go for it, really. I don't think there's anything else we can do. It all depends on what he does. But I'm going to say a big thank you here to my good patrons, my friend Baines, Bleachacid, deepicduck, Dingobad14, Eric Wild, ERKK, Justo, George Kilgore, Gregory VanHouten, Iceycrome, Imperator Thrawn, James Lindsay, Lord Luba, Mark Tolson, Paul Sanders, Raphael, Rick Chambers, Ricky Blinson, Sam, otherwise known as SAM. We have Spacht, SunYan, who sent me an awesome collection of aircraft, which was amazing. Still building the Ki-49. Talon 1DE, thank you so very much. The Forgotten, who isn't forgotten, and Tim Lindholm. Thank you very much there, guys. Much appreciated. If you guys do feel I've deserved it, you can potentially become another patron and have your name read out as well. Whoa, that's a reward, isn't it? Yeah, it's amazing. It's worth paying for. Until next time, thank you for watching there, ladies and gentlemen. I shall see you in the future. Tenno, Heika, Banzai. And I also mean Minasai.